Hello there, I'm Alex, I'm an expert from Yandex Direct. Let's talk about the cost of display ad placement. We'll look at the key units in display advertising purchases, discuss the ad auction process and how it makes purchasing advertising easier, break down the cost of display ad placement, and find out how to calculate the optimal budget for your display ad campaign. Our first term and ad purchase method is cost per mille, or CPM. This is the cost of 1,000 ad impressions. While CPM is a common market term, different ad suppliers may use different definitions for impressions. In Yandex, an impression refers to an instance of displaying a viewable ad to a real user within a safe environment. Video ads also support the cost per view payment model, or CPV. Under this model, advertisers are charged for three types of events: full views for videos under 30 seconds, view-throughs of videos which are at least 30 seconds or longer, and ad clicks. This way, the CPV model allows you to pay only for high-quality user engagement with your video ad. In our case, display advertising is selected for placement based on an auction. To better understand this process, let's go back in time. Before advertising purchases became automated with the introduction of auctions, if you wanted to advertise on multiple sites, you had to negotiate the price with each of them individually. Also, you often had no control over the audience that would be exposed to your advertising message. For example, before automated advertising purchases, if your product was targeted at, say, adults aged 18 to 24, you wouldn't be able to adjust your target segment, and your ad would likely be shown to all users visiting the site where you placed the ad. The auction, or programmatic buying, facilitates this process by only purchasing placements that are shown specifically to the target audience defined by your campaign settings and allowing placement on all sites connected to the display ad network. Plus, it only takes milliseconds to select an ad for placement. It's worth noting here that cost is a dynamic parameter influenced by many factors. For example, in the pre-New Year season, there's a spike in both the number of advertisers and the amount of advertising, which leads to a rise in the cost of engaging your audience. Another factor is the size of the targeted segment. Remember, the narrower the segment, the more costly it is to reach it. Don't forget that display advertising builds brand awareness and is aimed at a wide audience. Make sure that your campaign's targeting settings are not too narrow. When setting up an ad campaign in Yandex Direct, the forecast tool suggests the optimal bid amount for your settings. One of the metrics available in the forecast is the share of voice. It measures the portion of your target audience that you can reach with the allocated budget. I recommend paying close attention to this metric because it indicates whether your display campaign budget is optimal for your chosen segment. For your display campaign to be effective, this value should be at least 10 to 15%. If you're running a display ad campaign for the first time, we recommend choosing the segment that most accurately describes the target audience of the product you're promoting and then gradually increase your share of voice within the segment. Let's imagine that you sell tableware. Yandex Direct has a highly relevant segment with a matching name, tableware. We recommend reaching as many users within your target segment as possible. The optimal share of voice for this placement is between 20% and 30%. In future campaigns, consider testing additional targeting options related to your primary category, such as household goods. When experimenting with these related targeting options, you can set a lower share of voice compared to your target segment. Its value can be from 10% to 15%. By following this approach and considering the share of voice indicators, you can calculate the optimal budget for your display campaign. In summary, display ads support two payment models: payment per 1,000 ad impressions or per view for video ads. In Yandex Direct, display ads are purchased through an auction, which allows you to buy only those placements that are shown to your target audience without exceeding your desired average bid amount. The placement cost directly depends on your selected targeting and ad campaign settings. To determine the optimal bid amount, use the handy forecast tool available in Yandex Direct. Watch the share of voice metric to ensure that your display campaign launch is as effective as possible. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos and find out how to get the most out of Yandex Direct.